Hashem, Elokeinu El Echad, Tzadik Hashem, Bechol Drachav, Bechassid B'ma'asav. Shema Yisrael Hashem, Elokeinu El Echad, Avinu El HaMeyuchad.
When you consider Hashem as a father, as a mother, He will be next to you.
Birshut Morai Verabotai, with the permission of Hashem, I would like to wish you, to all of you, good week, Be'ezat Hashem. We just finished Hanukkah. Hanukkah, it's a holiday, a special holiday that symbolic of the Torah. And it's amazing that always Hanukkah, it has a connection with the parasha of the Yosef HaTzadik, that he was a slave in Egypt and he became a king. And at that time, Yosef HaTzadik was alone, had no family, had no body there in Egypt, no yeshiva, no synagogue, no kosher food, no mikveh, nothing. Not only Yaakov, Yosef HaTzadik remained a big tzaddik, but Yosef HaTzadik was Yosef. That means that wherever a Jew can be, he can be a good Jew if he wants. But of course, only if he had some background, if his parents give him some kind of Jewish education. If his parents give him some kind of Jewish education, so there is no problem. But if there is no Jewish education, of course there is a problem. He can be even with a Jewish community and he'll be nothing. Unfortunately, this is Hanukkah. Hanukkah, what happened in Hanukkah? Why we do Hanukkah? Why we light the candles? The candles remind us that a few thousand years ago, the Jewish people in the Holy Land, because the parents did not give enough Jewish education to their children, so the children, when they started to mix with the Greek people that they came with their culture to the Holy Land, so they become like them. Until the Jewish people, they forgot everything. They become all like Greek people. They were only Jewish by name, but with no Jewish education. Even the Beit HaMikdash was off. Was no Beit HaMikdash, the menorah Beit HaMikdash was off. There was nothing. So until the Hashmonaim came and they fight this Greek culture, they threw the Greek out of the Holy Land and they established the Torah and Mitzvot in Eretz Israel. So that's what reminds us. Here you see two kinds of things. You see Jewish people in the Holy Land that they become assimilated completely with the Greek. And here you have a Yosef HaTzadik, that he was a big tzaddik in Egypt, where there was no Torah, nothing in Egypt. Alone. And he was so strong not to go out with women. When that woman, she started with him, she was a married woman, he told her, how can I do that? You are married. That means Yosef HaTzadik, he was a big tzaddik. Why? Because he got a good Jewish education. So that's what we do. We light the menorah during 8 days to remind us that we can be all like Yosef HaTzadik if we have good Jewish education, or we can be like those Jews in the Holy Land that we know, because the parents did not give the Jewish education to the children, so look what happened to them. And that's why we like the Chanukiah. Chanukiah is the same letter of Hachinuch, education. That means that when we light the Chanukiah on, that reminds us a kind of Jewish education, the Jewish education that we have to give to the children. But what is amazing is that always we start to light one. Every day we light one up. The first day we light one, after 2, 3, 4, till we reach the number of 8. It's of course, it's something. So, of course, we could light 8 every day, 8 candles. That's it. Why each day we have to light 1 plus? So, as I told you, I think that the reason why we have to light 1 plus every day, it reminds us that a baby, you cannot educate him in one time. It's one education, because Hanukkah is the same letters of Hinuch, education. That means that a child, you have to start with him little by little. You educate him every day, a little by little, till he reaches the age of 8. And I'm sure at the age of 8 he can carry on himself. And this is I think this is the connection between always the story of Hanukkah. Always it's always in the same time with the story of Yosef and his brothers, or what happened to them. Anyway, now in the parasha of Vaychi, the parasha of this week, this parasha is amazing. We see that Yaakov Avinu, he blessed Yosef, and he blessed his 2 children, Menashe and Ephraim, and he gave them a title of tribute. It's amazing. I mean, my question is, why Yaakov Avinu, he was not afraid that something bad is going to happen again? Because his children, they may say to Yaakov, Papa, why again you start to humiliate us? A few years ago, you show love to Yosef, because you showed more love to Yosef more than us. So that's what happened. Or what happened? Because why you did this preference of Yosef, and now again you start again before you pass away, before you die, again you give a big title to his children. Why not my children? I mean, Yehuda. Between you and me, Yehuda was the king of the Shvatim. I mean, Yehuda, he has a boy. His name is Peretz. And from Peretz, Mashiach is going to come. So why Yehuda could say to his father, Papa, why don't you give the title of a tribe to Yehuda? Why don't you give him a title? Why you give the title to the children of Yosef? Well, because Yosef, he is the king of Egypt. So I am the king of the Jews as well. Why? I mean, why this difference? I mean, and Yaakov Avinu, he said to Yosef, Ephraim v'Menashe ke'Reuven v'Shimon yiyu li. It's amazing. He told him, your children, Yaakov said to Yosef, your children, Ephraim and Menashe, they will be like Reuben and Shimon. I mean, why like Reuben and Shimon? He give them this title to be like a tribute. You see, if you count the tribute, you will find 13. You will find 13. Plus, I mean, it's not fair. Why Yaakov did that? This is the first question. And we saw in the same parasha that Yosef HaTzadik, when he heard that his father was very ill, and it was the end of his life, he took again his children to get a blessing from Yaakov Avinu. You know what happened? Yaakov Avinu, he said to Yosef, who's those children? Mi elelecha. Who's? And what Yosef said, those are my children. Asher natali Elokim beze. He showed him the ketubah. I got married to Asnat, that she was the daughter of Dinah, and God gave me those children. Those children are my children. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, Yaakov Abinu was a big tzaddik, he was very clever. And during 17 years, those two children of Yosef, they were serving him. And suddenly now he doesn't recognize them. He said, Me ele, who are they? It's like me, David Pinto. I see my grandchild, and I tell to my grandson, my son, who are they? They are I was their son duck. I mean, they are my children. I mean, how can I say who are they? Unless if I lose my mind. But Yaakov did not lose his mind. He was very, very clever. He passed away with a big clarity. So we have two questions. First, why Yaakov again he starts to make preference of the children of Yosef more than the others? And the second, before he passed away, he did not recognize the two children of Yosef, that he gave them a title of Trevet. And you know what he said? I forgot to tell you. You know what he said? He said to Yosef, from now on, every Jew, when he will bless his children, he will tell them, Yisimcha Elokim ki Ephraim Menashe. That Hashem, like me, David Pinto, if I want to bless my children every Shabbos, when I bless them, I tell them, you will be like Menashe and Ephraim. I mean, can you imagine? It's terrible this. I mean, that's going to make the whole tribe jealous. I mean, can you imagine Reuven, when he will bless on Erev Shabbat his children, he will tell them, you are like Menashe and Ephraim. I mean, why Menashe Ephraim? Why not the others? Why? We can bless them with the zichut of Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, but why? Why to bless them with the zichut of Ephraim and Menashe? So we have few questions that we have to understand. But before I tell you the answers of all this, I want to tell you one of the best story that happened. I don't know if I tell you now or I'll tell you after. But let's tell you now the story before I forgot. You know, last week I gave a big shiur conference in Paris. And after the shiur, all the people, they were passing to get a bracha. It was Chanukah. It was the last day of Chanukah. And it was a fantastic day. It was a beautiful day. Because always the last day of Chanukah is very special. Because you see the whole Chanukah on. And it's amazing. It's the last day of Chanukah. And our duty now is to carry on with the souvenir of the Chanukah. It's not finished. It's not during 8 days we light the Chanukah. After the 8 days we light ourselves. We become ourselves. Each one of us, it become a Chanukah. So we have to carry on our Torah. What was amazing was that there was a man that he sell cars. And during 1 month, or few weeks, I don't know, he did not sell one car. On the day of Chanukah, during the week of Chanukah, he said to Hashem, he was praying, he said, Hashem, I need money, I need to do business, I need to sell 1 or 2 cars to pay my bills. And the same day, a man came to buy a car from him. That man came a month ago. And he proposed him a car, which he refused. And then he came, he said, I want to buy the car that you proposed me a month ago. Did you sell it? He said, no, I didn't sell it because this car, no one wants to buy it. I don't know why. Maybe it's your mazal. Maybe it's your destination. It's your destiny. So then he sold him the car with a little bit, I think, more money. I don't know what. I don't know what happened. If it was more or less, but I'm sure it was more. So he sold him the car. Then when they started to fill up the papers, it appeared that man who bought the car was Greek. And the Chanukah was on, and so that the businessman was laughing. So the Greek man said, why you laugh? He started to tell him the whole story. What happened with the Greek and the Jews And that Greek was very interested. He heard the story. So he told him, so you pray to Hashem with the zechut of the merit of that your parent beat my parent, you will send me a car. He said, well, I don't know. He said to him, well, yes. So he told him, and up to now, 2,000 years after, you think about that miracle. He said, well, it's a miracle that help us, as Marabba told us, that help us to always to remain good Jew, not to lose our Judaism. The Greek man was amazed with the story, and he bought a car. I don't know what the message of that story, but the message is the miracle. Miracle being a Jew. It's not easy. This miracle to remain a Jew. It's not easy. It's very difficult with all the situation that we go through in our generation, and to keep Shabbat, and to keep Nida, Torah, Mitzvot, to put Tefillin. It's not easy, huh? It's very difficult. It's not easy. Today it's a fast of Tevet. Today, can you imagine people when they fast? Why they fast? To remind what happened to us a few thousand years ago when the Babylon and the Romans, when they destroyed the two temples. But the war started, you know when? The 10th of Tevet. The 10th of Tevet, the armies of the Greek of the Romans for the second temple, and the armies of Babel, the Nebuchadnezzar, the first temple, they came the same date, on the 10th of Tevet, and they started to fight the Jews. And unfortunately, after a few months, they destroyed the temples. Tevet, Shvat, Adar, Nisan, Iyar, Sivan, Tammuz, Av. During 7 months and a half of war. 7 months and a half of war. And then we got beaten. And the temple was destroyed, and we went to exile. And up to now, we fast those days that started the war against the Jews. So we will not forget. We fight. Thanks God, thousands years. During thousands years, many Shoah happened to the Jews. Baruch Hashem, we're still here. Or what it keeps us in the exile, because we are united, we help each other, we respect Torah and Mitzvot, that's what helps. Always, we have a connection with all our stories, or what happens to us, that it will not happen. Now we understand why Yaakov Abinu he give this preference to Ephraim and Menashe. Ephraim and Menashe, he gives them the title of tribute. Why? You know why? Because Ephraim and Menashe, they were born in Egypt without their family, without Yaakov, without their uncles. And Ephraim and Menashe, they could be very bad to their uncles for all what they did to their father, Yosef, that they sold him. And not only they did not do any revenge against them, against their uncle, but they loved their uncles, they respected their uncles, they give them food. That is something to learn. That's why Yaakov Avinu, he gives them titles of tribute, because Yaakov he said, understand my children, they were all born and brought up by me, by their mother. I watched them, I had an eye on them, that no one will become assimilated if they become big tzaddikim because I work with them. But Ephraim and Menashe in the exile in Egypt, and the father was a king, and the father has no time to take care of them, and they become, and they are tzaddikim, so they have the zechut. They are symbolic for all the Jews that if they will be in the desert, if they will be in the exile, if they will be far away from their parents, they can remain a good Jew. Because they will learn from Menashe and Ephraim. That's why we pray. That's why Yaakov said, you have to, every Jew should bless his children with the zechut that they will be like Ephraim and Menashe. The same way that Ephraim and Menashe, that they did not change their religion and far away from their family. So every Jew, when the tzara will start with him, if a Jew is in China, in Japan, Helon, he go there for business, he will think, how can I do this? How can I do a sin? Look, Ephraim and Menashe, they were alone, and they were tzaddikim. So I have to be like him. Every Jew remind the bracha that he got from his father to be like Ephraim and Menashe. What does it mean to be like Ephraim and Menashe? To be like Ephraim and Menashe, that they remain Jew even far away from their parents. It's very important that. Always, the Jewish influence always came or from the tzaddikim that we live with them today, or from the tzaddikim that they passed away thousands of years ago. We learn from them. That's why the Jewish people, they call them Ivrim. Avraham Ivri, Eloka Ivrim, Ivrim. Ivrim is from the word Avar, the past. That the Hebrew, we call it Ivrit. Ivrit from the word Ivri, from the past. Or Me'ever Leze, or this side. Like Avraham Avinu, he was on one side, and the whole people at that time, they were on the other side. They were idolat, and Avraham was not like them. So always a Jew should be the other side, with respect. I mean, we're not allowed not to respect the other people, the nation. We have to respect them. We have to respect all. Sometimes there is something that it's against the religion, so we have to explain them. That's it. But we are not allowed to fight with them. We are not allowed to impose our religion to nobody. Everyone has the right to do what he wants. We are not allowed to impose our fee, and if our neighbor that is not Jewish, he doesn't understand. So we have to explain to him. And if they do their holidays, we have to respect them. Not because we don't do like them, so we have to laugh at them. No, we're not allowed. We have to respect. If they don't respect you, so you remain quiet. Maybe one day they will respect you, but not by answering somebody who doesn't respect you, that will cause only aggravation, wars, and then you may end up to be in the police station. So we don't need. You need to be. How many times I've been angry and I was aggressed in the street, but I don't answer. You know, I would like to tell you something. I remember one day in Lyon, I was in the street, and some people, they threw at me something. And they, I look at them and they curse me. So okay. A month later, we needed some people to work in my house, to do some job. And then one of the workers, I recognized him, and he recognized me, because what happened, it happened near my house. And then I didn't want to embarrass him. I was nice to him. Before he left, he told me sorry. He told me, one day I missed respect you. I did here. I didn't even tell him I remember you. I didn't want to I didn't want to embarrass him. I just told him, it's okay. And he was, I'm sure, from that story, because I did not throw him out and did not answer him, now maybe his attitude toward the Jews, it changed. because he did not. If they have bad reference about us, but if you show him bad reference, so they will think that that he's right. But showing him good reference that you are not what he thinks, so he may change his mind. So look, this children of look, even Abraham, Yosef HaTzadik, he did not impose to the Kohanim, to the priests in Egypt, to change their way of life. He did not impose. They are priests of idolatry, so he didn't want to impose. He said, remain. If you understand that in idolatry there is nothing. So that's why people loved Yosef. And can you imagine the children of Yosef HaTzadik being along there, and they remained tzaddikim. So that's why Yaakov Abinu, he gave them this title of tribute. So from them we will learn wherever they are. And Yaakov, he said to all his children, even you children, for their future, always they will bless their children with the zechut, that they will be blessed, that they will be like Ephraim and Menashe. Look, Ephraim and Menashe, they were alone in Egypt and they remained tzaddikim. So that's why the whole tribe, they accepted, because they agree with Yaakov Avinu. He's right, Yaakov Avinu. And we did not see no one he opposed what Yaakov Avinu said, because he was right. And everyone from that day, all the tribes, they started to bless their children to be like Menashe and Ephraim. It's amazing, it's incredible. Now, you understand why Yaakov Avinu, when he was ill, and when, this is something that you never heard in your life. Maybe you heard it, but that's what it is my something, my chidush, something that I find out myself. Now, before Yaakov Avinu died, Yosef HaTzadik came with his children to get a bracha. The Torah don't mention that all the tribes, they brought their children to get the bracha. You know why? Why only Yosef? Because Yosef now, he said, because my father is going to bless all my brothers that they are tribes, and my children now are also tribes, so they have to get the bracha as a tribe. Now when Yosef HaTzadik, he came to his father, and they told him, Yaakov, Yosef came with his children. Now there is not only one tribe, Yosef, there is two. There is two. There is Menashe and Ephraim. When they came, Yaakov did not recognize them. The question is, how he did not recognize them? They are his children. They are his grandchildren. They served him for 17 years, and he gave them a title of tribe. Why he did not recognize them? You know why? Because there is a difference. Before they become tribe, now they are tribe. Shiftiyah Edutei Israel. Now that they become tribe, they receive from Hashem a special influence, a holy influence as a tribe. If yesterday they were children, today they are not children. Today they are tribal. So now it's like a king. Before, it's like a president. Like Obama. Obama, before he is, or like Sarkozy, or like Hollande, or like any like the president of Egypt, Masri. You know, they were what before? They were just citoyen. Citizen. They were not. They were just people like everyone. And then they become president. There is a difference between before and after. Before there was no protocol. People with no bodyguard, just people. Now they are presidents. Now it's Sarkozy. Now it's Hollande. Now it's President Obama. It's not Obama that he was before just a citizen. No. Now he's the president of the United States. Like Putin. Putin, before he was just a man, now he's the president of Russia. There is a big difference between the same. They have the Menashe and Ephraim. Before they were just children, grandchildren, Now they are not grandchildren. Now there is a protocol. Now they are like Shimon, like Yehuda, like Levi, like Reuven. So that it is not recognized because now they receive something very holy on them. So he said, Mi ele lecha, mi ele. Mi ele is the similitude of Elohim. That means there is something divine, there is something holy on them. There is something from God that is on them. Who are they? Who are they? It's like Bemet, I'm telling you. Look the pictures of all the people that before they were presidents. See, you just sit in the streets and you did even don't give them no attention. And when they become president, you look at them. It's not the same way you look at them as you look at them before. Bemet, I remember here in France, the president of today, François Hollande, pictures how he was walking last year before he became president. It's not the same like today. Today, whenever he goes, people are looking at him. I mean, count of people, they want to shake his hand. Before, no, because there is a difference before and today. That's why Yaakov Abinu, when Menashe and Ephraim, they came now as a tribe to receive a bracha. For one moment, if he said, who are they? Who are they? Because now after they receive the bracha to become tribe, they receive something from Hashem. Special. What they receive. Now what they receive, that moment Yaakov, he saw this kind of kedusha that he did not see before. That's why he said, who are they? I don't understand. You tell me they are your children. How can they be your children? How can they be the children? I see on them something special. So he told them, Yosef, he said to Yaakov, no, those are my children. Hashem natan li Elokim beze. What does mean beze? Beze is the gematria. If you do a calculation of beze, it's number 14. With the kollel, it's 15. 15 is the name of God, Yak. Yak is Yud-Ke. And all the Shvatim Shiftiyah Edut Yisrael. And the Shvatim, they have the name of Yud-Ke on them. So Yosef, he said to his father, Papa, since you said before that they are like Reuven and Shimon, and they become tribal, so they are Shiftiyah Edut Yisrael. So now they are not all normal children as you know them before. Now they become Nisi'im. Now they are the head. Now they become tribal. Now they become the head of the tribe of Menashe, of Ephraim. They are not what they were before. And he showed him the Ketubah. You know what is the Ketubah? You know what it is the Ketubah? Ketubah is the act of marriage. What is the act of marriage with a man and a woman? Ish, Isha. In Ish there is a Yud, in Isha there is a He. Yud-Ke, the name of God. When the man and a woman, they are happy and they live together with peace, Hashem, He is always their guest. Ish, Isha, the name of God, He is with them. Yud-Ke, Yud in the Ish, man, He in the Isha, He, woman. Man and woman, the name of God with them. So in your house, when you live in peace, remind that you have God with you in the house. That's why Yosef said to his father, Papa, those are my children. And because they are my children, and I had them with kashrut, with their mother, and there is the name of God, Bazi, there is the name of God on them. And now there is the name of God on them because they become Shvatim, Shiftiyah Edut Israel. My friend, I would like to wish you, God bless you, and good holiday for you. May Hashem be with you, and I wish all to all of you, Bachar Hatzlach. Take care.